Hi everyone. I thought we could do some breath work together today. It is approaching spring, at least on the calendar. Depending where you are, it may not be feeling that way yet, but we're getting into that late winter, early spring kind of feeling. And so breath work is a really good way to help support our well-being at this time of year. If you're feeling a little draggy, breath work can be warming and energizing, so that can be really helpful. And if you get a little congestion, breathwork's a really good way to focus on the chest and our breathing, which is a big spring focus in yoga and Ayurveda. So I'm going to offer you the option of lying in a little bit of a heart opener posture to start out with. And what that looks like is going to depend on what feels good in your body as well as what you have. So you can always lie just flat on the floor, a bed, a couch, whatever you have. But if you want a heart opening posture that's supported, and you have a blanket or a towel or even a yoga mat you could roll up, you could use that roll to support your spine. And when you do that, you're going to bring that roll somewhere into your mid-back, just below the level of your shoulder blades. So your head is supported, your arms come out to the sides. Now this should feel good. So if it feels like too much, you can make this roll smaller, or you can experiment with a different material to make it softer or squishier as you like. And we're going to see if we can have enough room here that we can start to kind of settle these lower ribs down towards the floor. Okay, so that's one option that you may be able to figure out with stuff that you have around you. If you happen to have a spinal strip, you could use a spinal strip instead, folded in half. The square edge, again, just below the level of your shoulder blades, around the base of the shoulder blades, loop underneath the head. You're going to lie down on that as well. And if you happen to have blocks, you could experiment with blocks. You're going to place two blocks. One is to support the head. The other is to support the shoulder blades. So some people are going to like this shoulder blade block higher. Some people are going to like it lower. And some people are going to like the head block higher or lower as well. So when you come down, this block is going to be the edge of it just around the bottoms of your blades. And then you're going to see where you want your head. Head could be lower, it could be the same height, or it could be higher than your shoulder blades. So when you're here, depending on how high this block is, it may feel like it's hard to bring the arms down. So then just grab a couple of pillows, a couple of blankets, place them underneath the forearms and the elbows so that your arms feel supported. All right, so you're going to pick whatever position feels good to you. Option D is always none of the above. So feel free to just lie down or to sit in any comfortable position you like. I'm going to use the spinal strip for mine. Wherever you are, you're just going to start to notice sensations of breath. And you're going to start to notice that there's some space maybe in the front of your body for breath to move. Maybe some expansion through the abdomen, maybe some expansion through the front ribs. Seeing where things can settle and release as you breathe out. Taking a moment to get acquainted with this position where you find yourself. If you're a little congested, first thing I would do is feel free to blow your nose if you need to. But then the first breath that we'll do here is one that can help to clear nasal congestion, and it does that through your blood chemistry. It's very cool. This actually can be really effective. So how this works is you're going to take a breath in, normal breath in, normal breath out, and then you're going to hold your breath out. And you're going to hold your breath out as long as it feels comfortable. You're going to start to feel a little breath hunger build, like you really want to take a breath. This is not about going into a place of strain or panic. So you get to kind of judge. holding your breath out, kind of feeling that breath hunger build. And then when you need to inhale, you're going to inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Let your breath regulate. Notice what you feel. And then if you can, you're going to do that again. So you're going to take an inhale, normal inhale, normal exhale, and then hold the breath out, letting your lungs be empty, feeling that hunger build. And then when you need to, normal breath in, normal breath out. Letting your breath regulate. Through the nose if you can. And you can do this a few times if that feels helpful. See if you can keep your throat soft, your jaw soft, back of the throat soft, so you're not engaging like you would when you say, uh-oh, you're not getting that tightening in the back of your throat. Just easy breath in, easy breath out, holding the breath out. Soft and open through the throat. Feeling that hunger build. And then in and out through the nose. So notice how this feels? If it helps you clear a little bit, it's a nice way to start a breath practice. It's a nice thing to do when you lie down and go to sleep if you're a little stuffy. Can be really effective. So now you're going to let your breath just regulate. Again, you're just feeling the expansion through the front of the body. And start to bring a little more of your breath into your side ribs. So you're really letting the side ribs broaden out to the side as you're breathing in. Expanding in the front and the side ribs. Seeing if you can let the front ribs settle towards the floor as you breathe out. Maybe expanding into the back around the roll or the blocks or the spinal strip. Letting everything settle as you breathe out. Seeing if you can move towards a nice three-dimensional ribcage expansion. So you're breathing into that whole circumference of the ribcage. Now as you exhale, you're going to start to add a little bit of effort on the exhale. So breathing in as fully as you can without strain, three-dimensional ribcage inhale. As you exhale, hold the expansion of the ribcage. Let the breath come out. You start to engage the abdomen. You're really squeezing the breath out. Let the rib cage settle. And then inhale into the ribs. Exhale, hold the rib cage expansion. Abdomen comes in. Start to feel that engagement of the abdomen. Let the ribs settle. And then inhale. And you'll do this a few more times. Really feeling the breaths nice and full in the rib cage, letting the abdomen assist with the exhale to really clearing the breath out. If you start to feel like this is too much at any point for any reason, just stop. Totally okay. The breath is really powerful, and that means sometimes when we work with it, we feel its effects in ways we don't like, and that is a good chance to take a break. So your body knows what it needs, and it's important to listen to it. Then you're going to let your breath settle again, finding your natural breath. From here, you might roll to one side, or if you're on those blocks, you might press up a little bit. You're going to take the supports out. You're going to come and lie on the floor. Just feeling your body adjust to having been in that heart-opening posture. Seeing if you can still find that nice expansion in the rib cage. And then you're going to roll to one side and press up, or you can come up a different way if you like. I'm going to find a seat. So feel free to sit on a chair. Feel free to sit on a blanket or a cushion. Any leg position that works for you. Feel free to stand up. And we're going to be more upright for this one. And since we just came upright, you're going to take a moment for your whole system to adjust. The way we're using the postural muscles is different here, and so that's going to affect your breathing. So you're here, you're still seeing, can I find that nice expansion in the rib cage? Letting your nervous system adjust, letting your physical body adjust to being upright. We're going to continue with a little bit of a more forceful exhale here. We're going to let the inhale happen really passively. So when we were lying down, we were really focusing on a more active inhale into the whole rib cage. Now we're just going to let the body do the inhale on its own. Then this is Kapalabhati, you may know it, but we're going to slow it down so we can really feel what's going on. You might even put a hand on the abdomen or both hands on the abdomen so you can feel what's going on in the abdominal region. So you take a normal breath in, and then you're going to exhale with a little force, really drawing the abdomen in, using those muscles that we were using when you were lying on your back. So you're going to take a nice breath in. So this is a fairly moderate pace that I'm doing. You can allow yourself to slow down even more if that feels supportive. It's okay to go faster, but I'm going to encourage you to slow down a little bit because we're just getting the system going, right? So now pay attention to when you're done. Totally okay to be done. When you feel complete, you're going to let your hands rest. You're going to let your breath regulate. You're going to notice how you feel. Noticing the flow of your breath in and out of your body. Notice your level of alertness or energy. Sensations through the upper body. Anything else that catches your attention. So if you found any or all of these practices useful, feel free to incorporate them, to experiment with them, to adapt them and make them your own, making them work really well for you. Breath can be really supportive and helpful, and it doesn't have to take a long time. So it can be a really useful type of practice to integrate into your day and give you a little bit of whatever you need. If questions have come up for you, I hope you'll ask them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer those questions there. Let me know what happened when you tried these different breathwork practices. Thanks for sharing practice with me. And may we all be balanced and well. Take really good care.